My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of The Long Walk. And this is a movie I was really excited for because, for four different reasons. The first is I heard incredible things about this movie. I believe it has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is just nuts. The second reason is I do really like the premise. The third reason is the trailers looked great and hooked me immediately. But the fourth and biggest reason is this is a movie directed by Francis Lawrence, who I consider to be one of the most underrated directors working in Hollywood. So, I was expecting to love it, and it's good. It's solid. I liked it. So let's begin by talking about the cast. And Cooper Hoffman is truly terrific here. He carries the movie so incredibly well, and I thought he brought lots of depth and personality to his character. But it's David Johnson who steals the show. I thought this guy was Oscar worthy in Alien Romulus, and I'll say it, I think he's Oscar worthy here. He is just a true talent, and I really do hope he becomes the next big star. This guy just brought so much to this character, and he really stood out. Ben Wang does a really good job. Charlie Plummer gives a very good performance as well. Toot Nayut, who I've never heard of before, also does a great job here. But then we get to Mark Hamill. And look, Mark Hamill is my favorite Joker ever, and he always will be. I really do like him as Luke Skywalker and as Chucky. The guy is a talent. But I really didn't care for his performance. To be fair, he doesn't really have much to do, but he just kind of came off as generic to me. I never thought he was a menacing threat. But then I also want to talk about Judy Greer, who has been in movies for decades, and this might be her best performance. And the funny thing is, she's only in this movie for 5-ish minutes, but holy shit, she is extraordinary. There's one scene early on where she just breaks your heart, and oh man, I would actually nominate her for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for her work here. She is that good. So the cast does do a really great job, and I do like how well developed the characters are. So much of this movie is just these characters talking to each other, and they had a real genuine chemistry, and you do get to care for them. And when, people start dying, you feel the emotional weight. And you should know this going in. This is a very depressing, bleak as fuck movie. There's very few moments that don't just fill you with dread. And one of my brothers was going to watch this movie with me, but he decided to wait. And after I've seen it, I probably would tell him to skip it because I feel like it would be too much for him. Not only is this movie violent and it is very effective when it needs to be, but it's also kind of gross because these characters have to walk, but they also have to shit. And yeah, it it goes, and that's the thing about this movie is, people have to go to the bathroom. So do you shit yourself, or do you just try to shit as quickly as you can on the cement? What do you do? People's bodies start failing them. People need food. People have to walk uphill. People get injured. And there is just so much they were able to get from this premise. And I really do think they did a great job. And I do like... I'll complain about this later on, but I do like how, because this movie is only focused on these characters, all the world building is through their conversations. They talk about the state of the world, and they talk about the fascists in charge, and they talk about food and what they would do if they got the money and what they would wish for, and you just get a clear understanding of who these characters are and what this world is like through this dialogue. So credit to JT Molyneux, who is becoming someone I have to keep my eye on out for. I also did really like the music by Jeremiah Freites. I didn't like the final bit of music in the movie, but for the most part, I thought it added quite a bit of emotion. So, there's plenty to love here. I don't think it quite gets to greatness, though, just because so much of this movie is the same characters walking and most of the scenery is the same. So, like, there is a clear escalation. People are dying, people are getting weaker and weaker, but it can feel pretty tedious at times. And the way some people die just felt really contrived. Like, there was a point where there's 5 people left. And you're just like, okay. And then one guy just kind of dies like that. And it's just, I don't know. It's all contrived. It's all screenwriting. But some of it could have been handled better. And there's one character who they kind of build up to be a threat. And I get what they're going for with the payoff. And I have to sleep on it, but I'm not sure if I would have liked him to. Yeah, I'm unsure on how I feel about the way they handled that one character. But my big issue with this movie is the ending. I love the ideas present, but I just don't think the execution was quite there. It felt a little rushed, and I don't know, I just wish it packed a bit more of a punch, and also at the same time things happened faster. It's hard for me to describe it without giving it away, but the final 5 minutes could have been handled in a better fashion. But that said, this movie is still incredibly well acted. David Johnson, Cooper Hoffman, Judy Greer, like holy shit, they are fully delivering here. The characters are well developed, you care for them, there's real emotion. Like, I did cry a few times throughout this movie. It's just so relentless and so bleak, and it's very effective in everything it's trying to do, and it's a movie that I feel like is going to sit well with me, actually. I went into this review about to give this movie a 7, but I think I'm actually going to give The Long Walk a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, the ending's not great. Some things could have been done better, and Mark Hamill was pretty blah, but I don't know, there's something truly unique about this movie. Like, it's a single location movie that's constantly moving. I don't know, it's already sitting well with me, so yes. But The Long Walk, have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.